Coming up, some Wartburg students will see a pay raise. And a local library is working to get kids off to the right start. Plus a look into preventing sexual assault on campus. This is Cedar Valley Today. Hello and welcome to Cedar Valley Today. I'm Melissa Kozak. Wartburg College is developing a new program for students who wish to get away from campus for a semester. The Urban Studies program, which is scheduled to start this fall, would allow students to live in Des Moines for a semester. They would take 2 credits for an internship and complete 2 courses as an arranged study with a faculty member. Dr. Dan Kittle, one of the main organizers of the program, along with Joe Dorrance, says that so far, the interest is very high.
I don't know that we've set a hard deadline, except to say we've only got 1 spot left, and so the student who expresses interest first will have that spot.
The application is on a rolling basis, but the final deadline for fall term is May 2nd. Students working at Wartburg are going to see an increase in their paycheck, but only if they work in certain departments. Student employees working in dining or maintenance will get a 25-cent raise to their base pay. Students can also up their pay by 10 cents after each 200 hours they work. The Vice President of Dining Services, Margaret Empey, says about 200 students are needed to run dining services. Empey says the pay raises could be included in their current budget.
So we didn't ask for or get any extra money. For the managers in the areas, what that means is we're committing to not necessarily adding a lot more student jobs.
Empey says she hopes the pay increase will help keep students from quitting. Students who have worked 200 hours in past semesters will be seeing some extra cash on their paycheck as well. After successfully piloting the program last year, Wartburg College will now be requiring all students, faculty, and staff to participate in an online sexual misconduct prevention training. According to Dr. Dan Kittle, the reason for the training is to help create an environment where people will understand their rights and responsibilities when it comes to sexual misconduct. In addition to the training, Kittle says the Student Life Office is doing more than just the online training in order to help create the community that is safe and responsive.
I think we've become more sophisticated in our responses and our programming, for example. Like we know there's a need to educate students more and more in regards to effective consent.
Both Part 1 and Part 2 of the training must be taken before February 22nd. There's a 30-day waiting period between when you finish Part 1 and start Part 2. Students who do not complete the training will not be allowed to register for next year's classes. With any questions, contact the Student Life Office. Next, we all scream for ice cream when one local business opens again.
A car. A car gives you freedom. A new beginning. Room to grow. And in time, room to grow up. Your dream car evolves, and protecting it takes committed support. American Family Insurance.
Maya Weatherall is here to take a look at phone scams. Maya?
Thanks, Alyssa. Tax season is back, and the IRS phone scams are higher than usual. Waverly police are on the lookout for residents with concerns. Captain Leonard says the IRS phone scams have hit Waverly with about 8 to 12 phone calls within the last week. The phone scams are bogus calls made to residents to take their money and ask for personal information. The Bremer Waverly Law Enforcement Center is called if issues of phone scams happen. Captain Leonard says the best way to handle this and for residents to be more informed is through the media.
People fall victim to these scams are. Being phone called and being threatened with these kinds of scams is one thing, but some of them actually fall for the scam itself and send money. And that is where it becomes very hard for us to try to help people out with.
Waverly residents are encouraged to hang up if the person on the phone asks for personal information because the IRS does not ask for that. For more info, you can go to irs.gov to see a list of the IRS do's and don'ts.
Thanks, Maya. If it's cold outside, that won't keep one local place from opening their doors for the season. The Waverly Dairy Queen is set to open for the new season today. In the past, the store would not open until the middle or end of February. The change is expected to bring more customers in for ice cream despite the cold. The doors are set to open at 10:30 this morning. The Waverly Public Library will be participating in a statewide initiative starting this Saturday. The program is called 1,000 Books by Kindergarten to get young children and parents actively reading on a daily basis. It may sound like a lot of books, but the children's librarian at the Waverly Library says that just by reading one book every day, you will reach just over a third of the goal. The library strongly believes in their mission statement to grow young readers, and this program follows along closely with that statement.
I am a believer that the more you read to children, the better they do in school and in life.
If a child likes a book and wants to reread it several times, each time will count to the goal. The main goal is to get the child to read or listen. As the child reaches a certain amount of books, they will receive a prize of a book, a bag, or even a finger puppet. To sign up for the event, check out the library's website at waverlya.com/public-library. Vogel Library is a great study place for some students, but others are asking for a change. A short survey is letting students say what they think about the library. It includes a question about what spaces they like to use. Another question is whether the library is visually appealing. The Library Student Advisory Board created the survey. The president of the board says this is the opportunity for students to transform the library.
Honestly, there could be any change in the world, whatever the vast majority of the student body wants and what they tell us through the survey, and we're going to try to make the change for them.
Students will receive a link to the survey in their email on February 8th. They have until February 22nd to fill it out. Coming up, we'll take a look at your social media.
When was the last time you got hyped up about your checking account? It's easy at State Bank. With Hype Checking, you can earn up to 2.04% APY on balances up to $25,000. Plus, get a free debit card with unlimited transactions, reimbursement up to $15 in ATM fees per cycle, free online banking, mobile banking, bill pay, and more. Get hyped up at State Bank with checking that earns you more. Open yours today. State Bank. Community-minded, customer-focused. Member FDIC.
Cedar Valley. Wartburg College basketball took on the Simpson Storm last night. The women's team won 77-61 with Katie Sommer tying her career high of 27 points in a game. On the men's side, the Knights won 95-87 and Jordan Cannon reaches 1,000 points in his career. Cannon now joins Kaylee Clodovo in the 1,000 Points Club. Wartburg's Water to Thrive student organization is hosting a free will pancake dinner tomorrow night. The event will be held at St. Mary's here in Waverly from 5 to 8 in the evening. All proceeds will go toward building freshwater wells in rural Africa. What a great opportunity to eat breakfast for dinner. We'll be right back.
Are you a high school senior passionate about becoming a writer, producer, editor, or even a cinematographer?
Wartburg College's Department of Journalism and Communication wants students like you to join our award-winning creative community.
We've created a digital cinema and production program centered on real-world experiences, with the goal of helping you master digital skills in video, audio, and live production.
You'll have the opportunity to work in our digital production control room, live recording studios, and have access to our full line of digital cinema gear.
This program is designed for digital creatives who want to explore areas such as screenwriting, producing and directing, digital cinematography and lighting design, music production and digital audio recording, live video production and streaming.
We're committed to training the next generation of digital storytellers. For more information about Wartburg's Department of Journalism and Communication, find us online and on Facebook.
Waverly's Phil Jones stepped down from city administrator at the end of last year, leaving that position open. After the city conducted a search, James Bronner was hired for the position and started his duties this past Saturday at the city budget meeting. Thank you for joining me, James.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
So your title of city administrator is a very broad term. What exactly do you do in your position?
You could also say it's a city manager position. Basically, a lot of the day-to-day operations of the city flow through the city hall office where I sit, and a lot of the decisions that are made or the items that don't need to go to city council, we would decide how those things would occur. We oversee police, fire, parks and rec, most of the departments in the city, and so our job is really to run the city in the manner that the city council and mayor deem appropriate.
All right, and now what makes you qualified for this job?
That's a really good question. Education-wise, I have a dual major, double degree from Northern Iowa, finance and economics, and then I have an MBA in finance and management from University of Missouri, Kansas City. For the past 20 years, I spent my career in finance, various levels of it. 9 years at Hallmark Cards, of all places, downtown Kansas City, and a lot of financial analysis work, credit collection, various types of financial degrees there. And then the last 11 years were at Blackhawk County, just to the south, obviously, as their finance director, and that role was really very similar to the city manager's position. We, the staff and I, oversaw most of the operations of the county, the financial problems that occur, bonds and audit and everything. And so the fit for the city administrator position at Waverly was very similar, and I guess the city ultimately decided I was qualified, but that's kind of the basis of why we decided to go ahead and apply for the position.
And what do you plan on doing in this position as the year progresses?
A lot of the first 3 to 6 months is going to revolve around getting familiar with the businesses, the public, Wartburg, wonderful college here.
Thank you.
And just to get a good feel for what the city has and does not have, and try to help decide what's maybe missing, if anything, and truly accentuate the good things that are already here and try and improve on the things that may not be what people would like them to be. It's a lot in the first year, but we have a very strict guideline of what we'd like to accomplish the first 3 months, 6 months, and as long as we can continue to work towards that, I think it'll go fine.
All right, well, I know you have a busy day ahead of you with a lot of meetings, so I'll let you get back to your busy day.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you for joining me. It was great having you on, and I'm excited to see how you take on Waverly.
I'm excited for that as well. We'll see how it all turns out. So
All right.
Thank you very much.
Well, the recent snowstorm is causing a rescheduling and garbage pickup. Details coming next. Thank you. That was good.
Thank you.
As Warburg alumni, we're proud to support Knights Athletics. And as First National Bank employees, we're here to serve you first.
Due to the recent abundance of snowy weather and truck repairs, the city of Waverly has rescheduled their garbage and curbside recycling pickup. For those on Tuesday's garbage route were moved to Wednesday, and those along Wednesday and Thursday's routes will be picked up on Thursday. Friday's garbage route will be picked up as scheduled on Friday. As for recycling, Tuesday and Wednesday routes will be picked up on Thursday. Thursday and Friday's recycling routes will be picked up on Friday. Thank you for watching Cedar Valley Today. Like our Facebook page and follow us on Twitter for more content. Be sure to download our app on Google Play and Apple Store. Tonight is Battle of the Bergs here at Wartburg, so tune in on Night Vision to watch that. I will be announcing it alongside Riley Cole, and there's a victory belt, so stay tuned to see who wins that. And it's National Cancer Awareness Day, so if you have somebody in your family or a friend that has cancer, reach out to them and make sure that they know you're with them and are aware. Have a great day, Cedar Valley.